Okay, I think I got everything set up, so I'll just wait for some people to come in so that we can talk about the Pressure Zone channel and talk about, you know, how all that works. So I'll just wait for, you know, some of y'all to come in, so we shall see. Let me just. Going on. Okay, let me just set this right here. Okay. Oh, nope, too bad. So this one. Okay. Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? Uh, Hopefully I'm connected. Hopefully it's not glitchy or anything. Hopefully everything's good, and it should be okay. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well, and welcome to the stream. Today, I am wanting to talk about the Pressure Zone channel for those who've seen the Pressure Zone channel and know of its content, or or unfamiliar about its content, and what how that differs from my main channel. I'll let you know. I'll explain here and talk about where that channel's going, where that channel's going, and where this channel is, or where this channel's also going to go as well. I'm just gonna wait till people come in and ask questions about the channel. So I'll just be here waiting. But while we wait, I'll explain. The Pressure Zone channel is where I do all, from now on, all the inflation shorts and sketches that involve inflation in some way or another. That's going to be on the Pressure Zone channel. Whereas my main channel, this is focused more on, like the hub of other ideas, of all other, types of videos, movie reviews, comedy sketches, or short films, cosplay related stuff. It's this channel's like a melting pot of a lot of different things. It's like a jack of all trades in a way. So that's the idea for the main channel, is the jack of all trades, and the Pressure Zone is that it's the inflation related materials and ideas. And if anybody has any questions about the channel, just let me know. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Um, I'm guessing this is your first time on my main channel, because I know you're a watcher of my Pressure Zone channel. So, how's it going? Make sure there's no mosquitoes out. Oh, and This stream is also a Q&A kind of session, so. Yep, I haven't been on your main channel, but I'll probably subscribe later. I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. Today was a great day. I was very active today. Well, as active as I could be. I went for a walk. I overslept this morning, so that kind of threw me off a little bit, but it's been a good day. It's been pretty good. Right now, it's a little cooler, so it's not as humid as earlier. But yeah, everything's going good. Yeah, like I said, this stream is also a Q&A kind of stream, and if you have any questions or anything about the Pressure Zone channel, just let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them. And I know you had a lot of like a really good advice and tips for the test videos on there. And the good news is I am looking into some other type of tests, and I really like the tests I've been doing recently, and that's going to be the new form of how I'm going to do the effects for that channel is the reverse footage, because I love that it saves a lot of time, and it's easier to use because I can't afford to make a rig. So that's something to plan in the future for future videos. Since the Pressure Zone channel is very much like shoestring, almost no budget type of channel. Very shoestring. Sorry, I can't talk. So, but yeah, no, welcome to the main channel. My main channel, if you see, it consists of a lot of different stuff like movie reviews, short films, cosplay related stuff. So it's like a melting pot of a bunch of different things, and yeah. While you're on here, I should let you know that the Pressure Zone channel is going to have a couple more shorts, inflation individual videos coming up soon. As well as you've seen I have a project that I'm working on that I'm co-creating with someone that we're in the process of making it, and hopefully, and yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. It's a really fun project. It's probably one of the best projects I've been a part of. Actually, it is the best project I've been part of, so that's what makes it great. Looking forward to to seeing the final product. As well as for this main channel, I'm working on a couple different projects. Down there. Oh, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, because I feel like, and here's the thing, what I like to do for the inflation-related stuff, or just in general, I feel like even if I'm doing a short video, or I feel like there should be quality behind it, and there should be at least a good story. Because, and I know a lot of people love, with the inflation stuff, they're just like get straight to the inflation, and I'm like, okay, I can do that. That's fine. But I also really like when there's kind of a story to it, where there's like a little bit of a, reasoning behind it. And for a while, if you saw, I used to do requests. I used to do requests for the channel, like paid requests, but I haven't really made it clear just yet. I'm not sure if I announced it already on the Pressure Zone channel or not, but I'm no longer doing that. I'm no longer doing paid requests or anything like that. And that's mainly because of, just different things that have been going on, and just wasn't working out well. But as far as like suggestions or story ideas, I'm open for that. I'm open for for that completely. It's just that with me, when it says suggestion, that's what it is. It's a suggestion of an idea, and then I'll take their advisement and try to make something of it. And one of the biggest requests I've been getting, at least for Pressure Zone, is do blueberry related stuff. And it's not that I'm against it. It's just that it's hard to do. Very difficult to do on a low, zero budget type channel. So I'm not saying no completely to it. I'm saying that no for right now, if that makes any sense. Like right now, it's not in the cards. But yeah, that's that. But I really appreciate your support though on on the Pressure Zone channel. And I know you said in one of the comments that you wish you could help out more, and yeah, that's okay. And like I said, I think the best way you can help out, if you're okay with this, is share the video, share the link to the main channel, share a link to the channel, and yeah, and and just stay positive. I really, yeah, I really like that. So just being positive. Yeah. Um, Unlike there's some people on Pressure Zone channel that I'm just like, okay, you can leave. Like there's that one dude that's like, yeah, no, definitely. And the thing is, some of those suits though are not even great quality. So that's another thing. It's like, okay, it costs this much, and it's not like the professionally made stuff. It's like a cheap knockoff of it, but still expensive. Even for a knockoff, it's expensive. Um, and that's the thing. I always question like, well, what's the quality of it if it's that inexpensive? Um, Trying to remember what else. Okay, it's still good. Okay. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I think I was going to say. There we go. Anyway. A little bit itchy. But and one of the things I was talking about, like some people that are kind of bugging me on the Pressure Zone channel. You're not one of them. You're absolutely fine. You're an awesome supporter. But there's this dude that is like being pestering and all that about like some of the test videos. It's like boring. It's like I'm waiting for this, waiting for that. When is the release date of this new thing? It's like, dude, calm down. And this is why I said to one person who I think left the channel because he was just so. This is the reason why I stopped doing requests mainly. Is because he's just like, you haven't gotten to this request. When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? I'm like, and I had to tell him outright. It's like, dude, first off, this is my channel, not your channel, and be patient. And he got um, passive aggressive and left. Let me. Hold on, let me say that again. For me, I guess I personally just use it really big, but I pretend to be kind of inflated while also. Oh, okay, I got you. Right, exactly. That's the thing. Yeah, I actually done something similar. Like, I really love the color. Well, blue and purple are my favorite colors. Um, but yeah, no, it's not you. It's just those people that are just impatient and just ungrateful. Like when I did the test videos, yeah, I was still experimenting. I'm still experimenting with sound effects and other type of things to add to the videos. Since with the reverse footage, I can't really talk in them, and really, I can do the reaction shots later. Like I can edit to where it's the reaction shots and do that. But as far as like for the main, you know, uh, money shot, for lack of a better words, it's going to be that it's just going to be the sound effects, a little bit of the music, and no dialogue. But then when it cuts to like reaction shots, so there's going to be dialogue. There's going to be like intercut between all that. But yeah, it's it is what it is. Sometimes people just are like that. The, there's one guy, Blue Man, who's being really impatient and greedy. And with his last comment, I wanted to say, "Sir, one more outburst from you, and I will inflate you till you explode." But yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, no, there's a couple of videos in mind that I want to do. set of talk, your voice. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Oh, you mean kind of like in I'll look his talk, like the whole thing is like almost like a thought bubble, like you see in comics and all that, but it's like voiceover of my idea, like my inner thoughts or whatever. I like that. I like that. That's actually a really good suggestion. I really like that. I think I might use that. I'll use that for. I hope you don't mind if I use that. Yeah. No, no, I get you. Yeah, I totally get you. Yeah, no, I think I can do that. I think that'll be really cool. I hope you don't mind that I use that for the next test video or just individual video. Oh, thank you, thank you. Like I said, you're a great supporter, man. Great supporter. Um, but yeah, and I'm working on a couple different ideas for Pressure Zone. One in particular for like a short, one-off video is one of the individual ones. I know I've done some of it. I haven't done a whole lot of it, but I always do inflation caused by, food related stuff, almost like weight gain related kind of deal. Um, I know I would love to do one, and I'll tell you this about this concept because I don't think if I can find a way to do it. If you don't mind me telling you this idea I had for something I would really like to do. Um, I had this idea. I wanted to do a sci-fi related one. I wanted to do one that was sci-fi but science related in a way. Because this is something that's always been debated by scientists, and it's always been one of those things where it's like, well, is it actually possible or is it not possible? And that is the whole argument of explosive decompression. And here's the thing. Let me just say this right now off the bat. I am so not into the popping or explosion, method ending. If that makes any sense. That's not me. But I had this idea to do a story of a scientist who is trying to test the effects of, the possibility of, you know, um, cabin pressure or whatever you want to call it. And the idea would be that he ends like he creates like this capsule or like not like a pill capsule, but like a almost like box that he gets into, and it's supposed to test, supposed to um, what's the word I'm looking for? Simulate the effects of space, like being exposed to the vacuum of space, and he ends up inflating so much to where he can't even get out of the box. So he's like, okay, well, where's the open door on this? Like, it would be very humorous. I was thinking about doing something in spirit of that, or something in a similar style to that, and I don't know. And I always wanted to recreate some famous movie scenes that involved that. Like there's the whole James Bond thing of the live or let die. The whole air capsule deal. And there's, of course, Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory. There's, Naked Gun. There's, some stuff I think would be interesting to recreate. I know the one I would love to recreate is the Black Scorpion one from the Black Scorpion episode. I would really like to find a way to recreate that. And like I said, if you have any other suggestions or ideas or like even story ideas, I'm open to that. I'm open to, what you have in mind. Oh man. And what have been some of your favorite videos from the Pressure Zone channel? Just out of curiosity. Mainly stuff with inflation for me. Hold on, man. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I get you, totally get you. Yeah, and thank you. I appreciate that. I know I wanted to do something similar to that, and there was a couple other ideas I have like in the back burner of back here of what I would like to try to do. And there's a lizard hanging out right by the pool. It's just chilling. Pretty big size, pretty good size one too. But yeah, the Pressure Zone channel. It's I'm really glad that I have that channel so that way I can do my main channel of the videos I really love to do. Yeah, outside of inflation. I know with the Pressure Zone channel, one of the things I would love a milestone to hit. I would love to get past 100 subscribers. I would love to get past that. I would love to, get as many subscribers as I do for this channel, for my main channel. I think that would be amazing. I really do. I really think that would be cool if we hit that milestone. Most people keep going to the basic, blueberry or air, but I give respect to someone who thinks what. Well, thank you. Yeah, yeah, because that's the thing. I know there's a great love for those, and that's fine too. But I also would love to, come up with another idea. Another way. Well, that's why I did the pumping and blowing video because I thought, okay, well, what if music is the cause? And I have this other one where I can tell you this. I'll give a little hint that what if it's a smell, like an aroma that causes, the expansion. I'm always looking for new ways you know, of point A to point B. And other stuff like weight gain related or all just different types. I even thought of doing a kind of parody take or do like a different take on not just blueberry but maybe other fruits like cherry or whatever. I actually had this idea of what if the blueberry scene never happened? What if it was the fizzy lifting drinks that caused expansion, and the way that they deflate it is if they burped. Have you ever played Pokemon, Colleen? Really? No, it's okay. Pokemon's cool. No, I didn't know that that was a thing in there. That's interesting. That really is interesting. I had no idea that that was, a thing in the games. Um, but yeah, maybe I could do something similar to that. They never show up, but it's the items. Oh, okay, okay. So it's in like the description of what the item does. Yeah, that would be interesting. And also, it's also kind of one of those things where I don't know. I could imagine like this is how my creativity is. I can imagine like someone giving gadgets almost a la James Bond style. It's like, okay, so what does this do? Oh, this pen. Like you click it once, it sets you click it once to set the time for it to become an explosive. Click it twice to detonate the explosive. To set a timer, and click it 3 times, it stops it. And then like going down through all the different gadgets, it goes, what does this do? Oh, that allows you to inflate like a balloon. Why would anybody ever want that? I don't know. I was bored. I was trying to come up with a bunch of different gadgets. This is what happens when I'm overworked. Okay, I just make stuff when you get bored. It reminds me of that joke in Kim Possible when there's the scientist that made the tiny robot tick that mimics an actual tick. He's like, and Ron's like, okay, why? He's like, I have a lot of time on my hands. He's just like, I have a lot of free time, and I don't know, it's just something to pass the time. It's always going to be funny if there's like an item that does something ridiculous and ludicrous. They're like, how is that going to come in handy? Like so many questions goes through that. But no, that'll be kind of interesting. I can actually incorporate that into some, maybe like a spy, inflation idea or something. Because one of the things I would like to do, wearing like a suit or a fancy dress type attire. Because I always think that that's a cool thing to do. So I'm looking into that as well. But anywho, but yeah, no, it's interesting. I didn't know that that happened in the Pokemon games. I never really played Pokemon as much growing up. I was more of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh guy. Um, but yeah, and there was one story that I liked. That's on DeviantArt. If you look it up, it's called Bookworm, and it has a thing where somebody's reading this book and it causes them to inflate. I thought, okay, that would be kind of cool, cool concept. And again, there was one that was related to music causing that. I think that's where I get the inspiration for some of the ideas. Is like, okay, someone actually thought outside the box, and did this. And there was one I wanted to do that would be a take off of the Aesop's fables, the frog and the ox. I always thought it'd be kind of interesting to do a different take on that, like applying it to people. I think it'd be kind of interesting to do a version of that. And I don't know. I don't know. Birds are out. What kind of I'm trying to think. Because this is the thing that always stumps me, though, which is why I ask for story ideas or ideas for other ways it can do. Because, like I said, I know that people love what they know, but I also like to be like, okay, well, how can I do something different? And also, I look at the story aspect of it. I looked at, okay, how can I make this make sense in the story? Like I said, I don't have to do a big story, but I would like to have, a little bit of something to go off of to be like, okay, here's a good framework, and I can work with this framework, and yeah, I can go from there. Like, I feel like if I have a good base of something, then I'm like, okay, here's a good base, here's a good framework. Let me color this in, or let me, work on this. And it's funny because sometimes I'll do stuff that's like outside the box, be like, okay, this is something I just came up with out of the blue. And I always look at the funny side. I always try to look at the comedical aspects of you know of inflation in a way, because I feel like humor is a big part. And some people add stuff to their Snapchat story. But do you have any questions about like the Pressure Zone channel, or like anything you wanted to ask me in particular? That's all. Press the duo of friends limit. To press the duo of friends. Oh, okay, that's actually funny. That's funny. That's funny. Was that in DeviantArt or where was that at? Because I'd be interested to read that. um, but yeah, no, I like stories like that. Again, I always love Magic Gone Wrong or Wish Gone Wrong. I always love that kind of scenario too. I'm actually working on doing one. I'm just waiting for the props to come in to do a Wish Gone Wrong scenario, or one of those "be careful what you wish for" kind of deals. Um, and this kind of relates to it's almost a little bit inspired by my one of my favorite episodes in the Twilight Zone, where this guy gets a genie in the lamp, and the genie is dressed all normal, like casual clothes, but he has the like the weird looking shoes or whatever. That's the only thing that's genie about him. And he goes, "Okay, kid, you get one wish." And he goes, "Wait a minute, wait a minute. I thought it used to be three." It's like, "Well, I did, but then over the years we had to change it and limit stuff." And so he tells him he only has one wish, and he's like, "Okay." And he goes, "Well, I don't know." It's like, "Okay, well, here's what I want you to do. I really want you to sleep on this. I really want you to give some time and come back to me later. I really want you to think about this because you only get one go." So the episode is like him coming up with different ideas of what he could wish for. Then he plays out how the wish, could work, and plays out in his head like, okay, this is how it can go, but also this is how bad it can go too. Um, but I love the idea of the genie be like, okay, I only got one wish, and because of a wording, it, and it's all about choose your words carefully. So that's why I always like the, be careful what you wish for, type of stories. I think it was on. Okay, yeah, sure. Thanks, man. Thanks. Could you send it on, on the descript, in the comment box, not on this one, on this video, but on the pressure zone one, of people coming to see this one. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I'll definitely look at that. Yeah, no, exactly. That's actually kind of how the that's actually how the story plays out. Well, I'll tell you this. The idea is this guy, finds us a peak lamp, wherever he brings it home, cleans up, genie pops out, goes, "Hey, I'm the genie of the lamp," and he's like, "What? No way!" And he goes, "Okay, you only get one wish though, because we had to change rules and all." And so the guy thinks about it, and what he says is, this is what he says, which causes the wish to go a little wonky. He says, "I wish to be in shape." That's what he says. He wishes to be in shape. He doesn't specify like he wishes to be, muscled or like bodybuilder style. He doesn't wish for He says, "I wish to be in shape." So Jane's like, "Okay," and he starts to inflate. And he's like, "What? What the hell is this?" Like, "Hey, you said you wish to be in shape. You didn't specify what kind of shape, so I just went with, you have to be careful." That's the idea of how the wish goes wrong in that one, like, or how it, you really have to choose your wording carefully. Yeah, I think that would be funny to do. And once I get the props for that, I can also get the props to do the other main video I want to do on this channel too, that involves, me doing a tribute to Aladdin. So. Those have always been my kind of favorite scenarios. Right, right, exactly. Like he's like, "Hey, I could." That's what James said. "Hey, I could have made you a square. I could have made you a triangle, octagon. I could have done other stuff. So you should be happy that I just, made you a ball." So yeah, that's how that video is going to play out. My favorite types, at least in the inflation community, is, wish gone wrong scenario, or magic gone wrong in a way. Trying to think what else. Food related, like having it being caused by food, having it being caused by, again, like magic, like a cursed object or something, to that effect. Accidental. And just the ones that's almost happened by complete accident, or something to that effect. And I always like if the person it happens to, is of course initially shocked, scared at first, but then they're like, "This is okay. I think I'll be fine." And they don't explode at the end. That's a big one. No exploding. No, none of that. And I'm not sure if you saw, there's a story on DeviantArt. Well, not a story, it's artwork someone did. And it's one of, my favorite artists on DeviantArt that does this artwork. His name is Belt Pop, I think. And he did this one, about a circus. Like an abandoned carnival, like an abandoned circus. And these, I think it's 4 guys, that find, that go in there, and one guy that finds like the clown nose, like in the a bunch of leftover stuff from when the circus was there traveling, and he puts it on just for laughs or whatever, and he can't take the nose off, and he ends up blowing up like a balloon. And then it's like the haunted circus comes to life, like the crowds start to fill up, and he's like giant, like a huge blimp, and you hear the Rain Master say, "Everyone, come all to one night only, the amazing and wonderful Balloon Boy," or whatever. Um, I always that would be kind of interesting to do, or a version of that. Not sure if you've seen that story. Till wait, okay. Maybe you can do an ancient artifact called. Oh, okay. I like that idea. I really do like that idea. That would be cool. And to try to find something that looks ancient or yes, that's a good idea. I like that idea. Like I said, those are stories I like. I like doing stories like that. I remember I did one that was kind of like hypnotism kind of one. And here's the thing: I can't be hypnotized. I can't. Really, I can't. I'm not. That's not how my brain works. I'm not sure what the word is, but I'm just one of those people that can't be hypnotized. My brain's not susceptible. I think is the word, or to that. It's just doesn't work like that. My mind cannot be hypnotized. But yeah, no, that's a good idea. I really like that. There we go. What got your information then? Good question. Um, well, interestingly enough, what got me into it, I think I mentioned this before, was, believe it or not, it wasn't Willy Wonka or anything like that, or even some cartoons. Well, maybe a few of the cartoons whenever they would do, that gag or whatever. But there was a show, in the early 2000s, called Black Scorpion, where Black Scorpion was a sci-fi show that was very much in tune, like the Adam West Batman, very cheesy, corny, over the top bad acting. It had a lot of supermodels in it, or a lot of good-looking women. And there was an episode in there called "He Who Laughs Last," and it had this villain that was a very knockoff Joker character who gets this guy to create this machine that anyone within earshot, whenever they would laugh, they would inflate like balloons. It was a very weird, ludicrous plot. It was probably the most out there, crazy plot that I've ever heard. Because most of the plot in some of the other episodes are, again, there were some that were crazy, but it was still very comic booky and be like, okay, I can see, whatever this, making sense. But and I remember in the episode there were three examples of the machine doing that. One to this comedian that made fun of the gangster prankster. He's the first victim of this, and then another one which was this female therapist. Talking to her patient, she makes like some bad joke and she inflates, and then the gangster prankster gets it turned on him, and yeah, that's what got me into it. Really, is that, and I don't know. I guess what made me want to share these videos is I just kind of did the videos first on this channel as just like a joke, as just like a thing of like here's a little story I came up with. Let me film this, and people liked it, and I thought, and people wanted to see more, so I was like, okay, I'll do a few more, and then that's when I realized like, okay, people love these videos, which is fine. But at the same time, I was kind of thinking, I don't want to just be limited to doing inflation videos. So that's why I moved, the inflation content videos to the second channel, which is the Pressure Zone channel. So that way it's like, okay, all inflation related content stuff is going to be here on this channel, and then my main channel here is going to be my other ideas and other stuff I want to do, because really at the heart of it, I'm a storyteller, I'm a filmmaker. I love to create stories, I love to tell stories, and I just it's just something that I love to do. I always wanted to tell stories or create films. I find laughing to be a very right, exactly, and this is the thing though that's great about the episode. In that episode, He Who Laughs Last, the scientist that he gets to make the machine, he tricks him into thinking like, okay, look, I just want to get back at people for I'm tired of being the butt of jokes. That's what the Cancer Priest says. I'm tired of being the butt of people's jokes, so I want you to make something. And he gets his brother to do it because in the episode's his brother, and he said like, okay, but I don't want anybody to get hurt. And it's like, hey, look, listen, fine, you know, no one's going to get hurt, fingers crossed. So he creates a machine that he believes, with the all intention purposes, like the machine was only meant to make people inflate for a little bit, and then as soon as whatever, they'll deflate and be back to normal. That that was the whole thing. It was supposed to scare them a little bit, but then they deflate and then they're fine. But the gangster prankster lied, and it's like, oh no 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 no, I'm taking this machine and I'm turning it up, so they end up inflating till pop. And it was an interesting idea. And like I said, a very interesting choice to do that. I don't. The only other time I could think of when they did something like that, it was with the old animated Raggedy Ann and Andy movie, with the king or whatever. Whenever he laughs, he would inflate, and it never made sense to me. But I always thought this is one that I think would be kind of interesting. But like I said, the scene I would like to recreate in that is either the comedian. Right, same here. I'm a big horror fan. I love horror. I love, writing horror. I'm actually, and here's the thing: if to steer away from just a little bit of the Pressure Zone channel. On this channel, I'm working on doing a short video that's Halloween related. That may be a Halloween sequel or a continuation to the series, and something Scream related, and maybe something Friday the 13th related. I'm working on a couple projects. If you see on this main channel, one in particular I want to do, at least for next year or the year after next, is a sequel to The Haunted Mask. If you see the teaser I did, The Haunted Mask Lives, that is something I would love to do. One of my favorite, horror stories I read growing up as a kid. I would love to do a continuation of that. So that's that. But I'm a big fan of horror and sci-fi and comedy. Like, I love the mix of horror and comedy together. And like I said, Twilight Zone was one of the shows I absolutely loved. I loved Twilight Zone. And I mentioned that I wanted for the Pressure Zone channel. My biggest inspiration for horror is actually myself. I had a nightmare so bad that it's to this day, but I thank myself for having it. Oh wow. Oh yeah, no, that's great. They took something that really scared you and turned it into something positive. I really, that's really great. That really is. And I was like the way too. I wasn't a fan of horror as a younger kid, and no. It was one of those things where over time, it didn't scare me anymore, and I started to love horror. And in fact, the only horror film I saw that actually really scared me, as far as new horror goes, was the new It movie. And another movie I loved just because it was so unique and so different was, I love Jordan Peele's movie Get Out and Us. Us was really, I think Us I loved even more than Get Out. Because Us was so beautiful. Like, it was so bizarre and so interesting that I loved it. And when I heard, CBS's reboot of Twilight Zone was being made, I felt like, oh no, not Twilight Zone. But then I heard who was behind it, Jordan Peele. I'm like, okay, this is fine. If anyone's going to reboot Twilight Zone and do new stories or even recreate some of the old ones, this is the guy that can do it because he's really good. He's a really talented guy. For the dream, right. No, I don't know if I was. I think Gremlins. I was scared by it a little bit when I was younger. The first one, because there was a lot of freaky stuff that happened in that movie, and that was one of those weird movies where, if you actually look up the behind the scenes stories about it, Stephen King or not Stephen King, Steven Spielberg said like, "Hey, look, I want to do this holiday, scary movie," and the writer, was like, "Okay, fine." So he's writing the script, and there's a lot more messed up stuff that happens in the script that went into way dark territory. And Spielberg looked at the script and like, no, 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 this is going to be for kids. This is going to be family age. And the writer just looked at him like, really? So he's like, okay. So he cut back a lot of messed up stuff that actually was supposed to happen in the movie, but the movie would have gotten an R rating. And Gremlins, oddly enough, I was that movie, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and there was another movie that came out that inspired the PG-13 rating. Because at the time when those movies were out, there was just G, PG, R, and NC-17. And, it was movies like Gremlins and Indiana Jones Temple of Doom that they're like, okay, well, this isn't so bad to be an R rated, but it's not so kid friendly to get a, PG, you know, rating. So they're like, okay, so they created PG-13. I don't really. Yeah, no, same here because Us isn't like Get Out. I loved Us too. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. More than right now, exactly, exactly. Actually, going to get ready to go out here in a bit, so I'm actually going to go get changed and go get ready to go. It was really great talking to you, though. It really was. Like I said, I hope you enjoy what's to come from Pressure Zone, the Pressure Zone channel, and I really hope you like this main channel too. Like I said, there's not really inflation related stuff, but for other things that you probably would enjoy, I hope you like what you see on this channel too. So anyway, gotta get going. Till then, I hope you have a great evening. So see you later. Oh yeah, of course, no problem.